The Faces
recording.
of the Spear, that's the one. That's the one you got that big head that looks like a woman. The Randy Carter, I guess it is.
Yeah, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Hey guys, this is 28 millimeter RPG. Just letting you know, we had to cancel tonight's game, but we did a little bit of enjoyable talking about role playing and stuff like that. Um, we did a little bit of a scenario together to try to get into the little bit of a practice between ourselves to get keep ourselves in character and that sort of thing. So we didn't waste our night together, So we decided to do a little scenario where they were characters on on a starship. So we just wrote down the characters' names. Well, they were just themselves, and we wrote down what your skills were. And then we also had an NPC, Frank, which I was portraying as the game master. And it was approach into a brand new sector and on a scout ship, and approached a derelict alien uh, what was it space station, which found out there was another ship attached to it, a freighter, and the exploration commenced on there. And we tried to keep in character and everything with our questions and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of an interesting jaunt with us talking to each other and everything, and
No,
it
we
worked out.
good. It's more training for us for our next session. So more practice is better. Better results.
Exactly. What do you say, Josh? Any input?
I
Josh,
know you got put on the
Josh the
spot.
quiet. Josh the quiet.
Yeah,
He's muted.
it
Josh.
was it was good. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Yeah. Like I say, it's a bit of practice. It takes a bit to get used to. You can always do a little bit more practice. Every once in a while, we might call upon each other to go into Discord here and drum up some sort of a scenario, or that sort of thing. And they got
Yeah,
to kind of see how when I plot things, it's very simple, but it's to the point on a lot of stuff. I try to extrapolate interesting things within each area and write them down, and we work on that. But it's mostly all NPCs. My focus has always been with the NPCs because that's kind of like that's my way as a game master in order to interact with the world. Otherwise, I'm just a narrator. I just narrate stuff. So when I narrate, I don't have really any control except for describing the area and that sort of thing. And I try to let go of the control as far as the players go. And we went over a little bit about that, about aspects of like a typical room that you'd be in. It doesn't matter to me whether or not the pillars are in front of the other corridors that you see sprouting out from this area, this room. It doesn't matter if the pillars are further on. I mean, if Spencer says, "Hey, I'm going to use the pillars for tactical advantage for cover," and fling arrows from those positions, that's totally okay. Um, my concern
basically
is,
the input from the other players
yeah,
adds into the scenario.
and then whatever Spencer thinks about the scenario, it will reflect on what Josh thinks in the scenario, and then they bounce ideas off of each other as well. Because to me, it doesn't matter whether or not those pillars are in front or behind or whatever. You just have to let go of that control as far as the game mastering is concerned. When you're doing theater of the mind, it makes it a lot easier um, to slowly visualize what this room is like as you are exploring it and playing in it. So some kind of food for thought, I guess. We didn't want to leave this entire night without something, to be said. We have Gord's sick. I'm feeling sick too, so I thought, okay, well, we may as well, call it for tonight and let it go. But I did want to do a little bit of a practice, and we could get into refining our skills. And that's the thing. Every time we get on here and we go ahead and play the game, we're getting better and better at it, and we're refining our skills, and we're and we're coming closer to that true role playing experience and playing totally theater of the mind, so that you as the audience out there can just sit back and listen. You don't have to watch us. You just listen and enjoy it for it being like some sort of a radio,
Audiobook.
yeah, audio book, radio show. Um, get into it that way. And every once in a while, I see some of you guys, you do get into what we're doing, and may shout out like no in the comments and stuff like that, as the stream is going on, as the live chat is progressing. Or you might have some harsh criticisms about it too. All that is good input, criticizing stuff like that. I take it, to improve our progress here, and become better and better at what we're doing. So, I don't mind that at all. I'm not taking anything you say to heart. I'm just taking it in order to improve what we're doing here and make it better. And that way, we're not slogging out some hour or two of something that is just totally boring, and just is something that you don't want to watch. I'd rather have something here that has some action, has some intrigue, some mystery, and the slowly uncovering that, unraveling that, and discovering, hey, what is actually going on with this situation, and making it interesting that way. I appreciate all you guys that do show up on our live streams. Appreciate you guys all showing up. We did have some heavy traffic coming in the last few, and that's awesome for such a small amount of subscribers that I do have. It's great to see like 65 people actually interacting on the chat. So that is super cool, because a lot of the bigger channels I do see out there, they only have, they have like 3,000, 4,000, 5, 6,000 people, and only like 5 to maybe 10 people on there. So it speaks volumes to maybe what we're doing is something different, and that some people can go ahead and grasp onto, and maybe take a little bit home with themselves, and, develop their own game mastering style to involve a lot of the theater of the mind, and to get their players involved, to just play in character and not ask so many questions, but ask questions within the context of them in character, which makes a little bit more, or even asking as a player, one of the NPCs what they think of the situation, or getting some sort of input as well. So, anything you guys want to say, Josh, Spencer?
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rick.
All
Yeah.
right.
The more we practice, the more we get better at our scenarios, the better we come with theater of the mind.
Yeah. All right.
And actually have come a long way since the start of this adventure, I guess you can put it.
Oh yeah, with our first one, we're trying to go ahead and wrestle around with maps and everything, and moving tokens, and now we just don't do that anymore. It's much
don't do that.
Much faster now.
Now we got Josh back in with us, and he's following the same path I did, and learning the way to go, and becoming more outspoken. So
that's right.
each time we play, it's a better experience.
Yeah, get more people trying this out, and take it home with you. See if your group will do the same thing. See how that works. Do experiments at home. Try it out. You never know what'll happen. Might not be your thing, but for me, it makes what we do within an hour, 2 hours. We get in so much progress in the session. It's something that would take other people, 3 or 4 sessions to get through, because of the tedium of trying to work everything in the virtual tabletop, and worrying about where they're at, and asking questions about the mechanics and everything, where we keep the mechanics in the background, and we go with the role play. And then when we have to do a role, fairly quick and simple, and doesn't take up too much time. So, anyways, thank you all for doing your thing. Hopefully, you guys think it's worth subscribing to. Next week, October 16th, I believe it is. Yeah, 16th, Sunday. We will be back. We should be all 100%. But like I say, some of us are getting sick, and it's that everybody is having that. There is a fever and everything going around. It's flu season and everything, so you never know what's happening with everybody. Everybody's like feeling kind of run down, and that happens every once in a while. But we didn't want to leave you entirely without anything happening on a Sunday, so here I am making an impromptu video. So once again, thank you guys for just popping in and taking a look at this video. And once again, my apologies for us not being able to do an actual live performance. But we will be back again next week. And like I say, if you want to, you feel like it, subscribe. Subscribe, I tell you. Just do it. Do it now. Hit the button. Only 40% of you are subscribed. The rest of you, just do it. It's free. It's free, I tell you.